Welcome back to Coding. So as continuing with the series of CSS, explaining you each and every detailed thing about how we need to actually style in CSS, what are the ways through which we are going to style in CSS, what are the properties of CSS. So in this video we are also going to discuss about some of the properties like border, the background elements, and whatever things we use in a CSS document to make it style better and what we can add into a CSS document. So guys, if you're new to my channel, do like it, share it, and also subscribe to my channel. And I already posted videos about HTML, Python, C++, Java, and also some of the important questions that could be asked in your exams. Different videos upon that, each and every subjects. I'm going to post that series again after completing this series. And if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe it and share it as much as possible so that I get subscribers and also post content for you that is useful for you. I'm posting so that it is easy for you to understand, because I understand that how difficult it is to get the content which you actually need to learn. So I'm posting in that way. So please support me and subscribe to my channel, share it as much as possible, and will give you each and every content. And if you want any other content that I should add on my channel, please do let me know in the comment section and share it as much as possible so that my subscribers increase, and also this video will get to everyone, those who need this video. So guys, without wasting any time, let's get started with the video. As I told you, we are going to discuss about some border properties as well as the background element properties. So before discussing about the border properties and the background properties, I need to tell you that whenever we are talking about CSS basically works upon a box model. So whenever I'm talking about a box model means the CSS document check the HTML document in such a manner so that it handles the padding differently, the margins differently, and the content differently. Means it will take a content into a particular place, and according to that place it will give its padding, accordingly it will give its margin, and accordingly it will give its border. So basically the margin will be based upon top, left, and the right, and the padding will be done upon the content is located at which particular place and how much area you need to require that content to be placed. So that is basically the padding. And border, as we all know, the display so that the styling of the content is good to us. So these are the things that basically focus whenever we are talking about the box model. So the box model will involve the height, the width, and all the background things or the elements that we need to include in this. So in this video we are going to discuss about the border property and as well as the background image color, the background repeat, the background attachment. So these we are going to learn in this video. I am going to post another video also in which we will understand other properties, so that is easy for you to understand what are the different properties that are available in CSS of CSS with the HTML file. So here, as you can see, I have created a HTML file. In the HTML file, what I have done over here, I have added a link that I already do of adding a CSS file, and then I given some paragraph based upon that. So I have given the paragraphs name as id1, then I have given 2, and then I have given the class 3. So first of all, I am using p.1, in which I have given that the border should have some particular pixel and then the padding of that particular pixel. So here you can see the first thing that I have given over here is border, in which I have given 5 pixel and then the solid, then green. So basically 5 pixel is basically the size, then the solid is the style of the border, and the last thing that I've given over here is green, that is the color of the border. So whenever I execute this code, so what you can see, this is the text that is displayed to me, and the border is particularly according to that, and the amount of the content the border is showing to me based upon the padding. So here the padding was what, 5 pixels. So content is shown to me according to the padding property that I have declared over there. So whenever we are using this padding border or anything, we will use that property. So here we can also give the border style by just giving the simple border style, and we can also maintain a border width. So here you can see I have written a border width that is 2 pixels. So whenever I will use the border width, that is the number of pixels that I want to use. So when I will refresh the page, so you can see the width of the border has been decreased as it was in the previous case, because in the previous case what I have given the border to be 5 pixel, but I have not defined the width. So in this case I have defined the width, which helped me to change the border width to 2 pixel. Now we have some other properties also involved whenever we are talking about border. So to understand that properties, I am using a different ID, or you can say a different class over here, whatever you want to use. You can use a ID also, you can use a different class also. In my case, I've used a different class in which I've given the padding, and then I have used a border style. So basically the border style is used to provide the type of style that I want to give to the border. So as in the already case, what I have done, I have given a border style that was solid, because when I have written the border, I had written as solid. So that means I have used the border style that is to be solid. After that, I have given the width was in the similar case that we have used earlier. So whenever I will execute this code, the border that would be displayed to me in a black color. So it is in the black color, but the border that is displayed to me is in the solid form. So this is basically, we have a solid form of border. Like the text could be just shown in the normal border form, and no color will be assigned because we have not assigned any color to it. So similar to this solid form, we have some other types of border also that are available in CSS. Like we can change the style of the border whatever way we want to change that styling. So as I told you, we have different kinds of styling. So if we will not provide any border, so it will just display me the simple type of border that is displayed to me. So based on different styling, we have different properties. So number one styling I have used over here is dotted. So as you can see, the output that was displayed to me is in the dotted format. Then I have used over here a dash styling. So whenever I will refresh the page, the content that will be shown to me is in the form of the dash format. So that is basically the difference whenever we are changing the content of that. Then I have used over here a double. When I will use the double border, so what you can see, the border is displayed to me in a double format, means the one border is displayed and another border also included in it. That then we have a grooved border. So when I'm talking about the grooved border is basically used to make the text in a grooving form. So basically in a grooving form means it will show me some text that is displayed with some color effect type of thing. Then we have a text type that is of border style that is rigid. So basically when we are talking about rigid, it is used to show me the border in a rigid format, like in a particular place that is just displayed to me in format of a groove, but different from the groove format. So basically when we are talking about the border point of view, so border is used to tell us that how we can style it and how we can use it. Inset border. So when I'm using the inset border, you can see that the display is in the form of inset within the border. I am using the outside border, so it will be displayed me outside of the border. So this is the basic difference when we are using a border. And then we have a hidden border. When we basically, a hidden border basically means if you do not want to show any of the border, so what we will use, we will just simply write the hidden border and display that result accordingly. So when I will hide the border, so nothing will be displayed to me. So these are different properties of border that we used in CSS. About the background color, as we have already done in the previous videos also, I've added a background color in the CSS file with the help of the body tag to be used in the CSS property. So whenever I will use a background color, we can give the background color value based upon the hash and the number, that is the code over there in the number of colors. You can add according to that. You can just search the hashtag numbers of colors that are available in CSS, and you can use that property accordingly. I'll add that also in my Instagram page or on my website, so that is easy for you to understand different colors. So it is a background color, and we can also give the background color by just naming that particular thing. So in this case, what you can see, the background color was displayed at the background of the image. What if we want to display the background in the particular paragraph on particular heading? So in that case, what we will use, so here you can see I have used over here a green color. So whenever I will execute this code, so you can see that the first paragraph that I have written over here, it's changed to green color. So basically whenever I'm using a background color with the property of using it as a green color or some other color, so in that case what it will happen, it will change that property of the text according to that. If I've given in the body tag, it will change the background of the body. If I've given in the body in the color tag, so it will change the property according to that only. So these are some of the ways through which we can provide a color tag to the body. Next we have the RGB. As you can see, I have written over the RGB. So basically in RGB I have given some property. So the number that I have given was similar to the background color, so the color is not displaying to me. So when I will change the background color, means I want to change the background color. So as you can see, I have moved to the background color. So I'm going to name this background color as simply red. So when I will just simply write red, so it will change the background to red. So as soon it change the background to red, you can see that the paragraph has also changed to blue. Earlier it was not displaying me because the background was also in blue color. In that is the color. We can similarly add a background image also in our HTML document with the help of CSS. So for the background image, what we will use the background image property wherever we want to use that image. So in this case, I've used a background image in the body tag, and whenever I need to add a background, I need to use this thing, that is URL. Basically the URL is the location of the file wherever the file is stored and what is the name of that particular file. So as you can see, I've used a background over here. So background is the name of my channel, and that I've used over here as a image. Then if I want to use that image only into a particular area, like in heading or let's say paragraph, so what I will do over there, I will just add that background image in that particular paragraph. So whenever I will execute this code, so you can see that the background is at that particular paragraph. So we can add background at the back of the HTML document, or even in the paragraph tag, or even in the heading tag. Whichever tag we want to add, we'll just give that background image and then the URL of that particular tag, so to add a background to it. If we want to add both the backgrounds, so we can do both the background also with the help of that background image. So here you can see I have used a background image over here. In the background image over here, I've used a URL that is was same, that is coding, and then I've written that background repeat and no repeat. Basically it means that the background that is displayed to me should not be repeated. So whenever I am using the background should not be repeated, so it will just show me the background to me, the what is the size of that particular file. So according to that image size only the background is displayed to me. So as I have written there as background no repeat, if I had written repeat over here, so the background could be repeated. And after that, what we can do, we can also make it as an attachment. So whenever talking about using a attachment, what do you mean by attachment? Basically background attachment means if I want to use that particular background all over the HTML document, or if I want to use that background within a particular user, like if I want that the background should be fixed and not change as much as I scroll the page, so the background will remain fixed. If I want it to the background to be not be fixed but keep on changing whenever I scroll it down, so in what case what I will use. So here you can see whenever I execute this code, the background is fixed, that it is not scrolling me to that particular place. And then I have added some of the lines in my HTML document. In the HTML document, the lines that I'm adding, the lines help me scroll down the document, but it is not adding me any background, is not changing. So in the similar way, if I want to just scroll the thing but I do not want to change the background, means it should be scrolling. So what I will use the background attachment to be scroll. Hope you must be clear about how the different ways through which we can add a border. What are the different properties that are involved in a border? What is the use of using a background color? How we can use a background color within a paragraph, heading, or at the background of a page? What is the use of background image? How we can add a background image to a particular text or paragraph, or we can say the background. All these things we have also discussed. And after that, what is the use of attachment, background attachment, and how we use that background attachment in CSS. So keeping these points in mind, try to make a web page in which you can implement all these things and make your HTML document a styling document. So guys, if you are clear with all the things that I've explained to you, do give it a like and also subscribe to my channel if you're new to my channel. And thank you so much for watching.